So that big rock down there, Lonesome by itself, is Doughboy Mountain. It's on private property. It looks like a pretty gnarly rock climb. Big landslip you can see up the side here. I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but a very shiny, glassy looking rock here.
What the hell is that?
This tree is still alive. Impeccable. Holy hell. So a little bit further over, you can hear this dripping. It's a bit more extravagant with a little cave and stuff. How cool is that? Now that is definitely a hidden waterfall, the GidjuumGulganyi. Good morning, people. Today we are in Mount Jerusalem National Park, New South Wales, and we're going to get a little bit of a section of the GidjuumGulganyi Walk. Joined here with Dino the Wanderer. Check him out. So we're starting to walk today at the start gate for getting to Hellhole Falls, and we're going to walk on the fire trail here to get past Hellhole and join the GidjuumGulganyi track, and then we're going to head up along the ridge, check out Mount Jerusalem, and along the ridge for a bit to get to Tea Tree Lookout, and then we'll return back the same way. We've got about 25 k's return. Beautiful winter's day, blue sky, it's about 9 degrees and no wind. Now it's perfect, it's not even that cold, so happy days. So I've been in here before, got into the base of Hellhole, which is pretty cool, so we decided we're just going to shortcut this walk slightly, save about 3 k's instead of starting back at the other car park start point for GidjuumGulganyi. Also got into Whiskey Creek the other week, so look out for the video as well, it's pretty cool. Hidden walks, hidden waterfalls of the GidjuumGulganyi. There's a nice fresh fucking cow patty for you. If you, I don't know why there's fucking horses in here, but anyway, we'll see you up here, eh? Alright, to get to your first junction, Sandridge Road, and the new GidjuumGulganyi little sign is in here as well now. Well, it says Sandridge Camp 2.6 k's. Alright, so Sandy Ridge track comes down here to our creek crossing. This is a tributary of Rowlands Creek, and right here on the right is the track into top of Hellhole Falls. So they have not signposted this, but it's straight in there, and it's only about 50 metres, so we might look at the way back and see how we feel. Was a large tree, but not anymore. So we're following the fire trail up. There was another option to go. The actual walk does loop down the bottom. So there's a Sandy Ridge campground, which we'll show you on the way back. We'll loop back that way. But there's a bit of ridge views here, it's not too bad. So the ridge actually has the camp up here, not down in the creek, so we don't know. We'll still go that way afterwards, but it's a very nice new area. Water tanks, and yeah. Alright, we'll keep going. Alright, so just past Sandridge Camp here, we're on the fire trail. The actual walk comes through there, so you actually got to double back to the camp. So the goals today, we are here. We're trying to look at Grass Lookout, Tweed Valley Lookout, Jerusalem Cliffs, Byron View, Doughboy Mountain, up to Tea Tree. So back in Busk and then back. Get out of this tree trunk. Holy shit. This tree is still alive. Impeccable. Holy hell. That is some giant house. You could live in that. Beautiful forest. Okay, you do what you know first.
Right up here now.
Crazy. Jeez. Just winding our way up and around slowly. We'll zigzag up the backside of Mount Jerusalem. Let's get to our first viewpoint. Little shortcut here, we meant to go there. The first viewpoint looking between the trees here, you can't see it really well, but border ranges is through there, and down there is the start of Rowlands Creek. Big landslip you can see up the side here. All that red soil's been pushed down to it. It's massively washed away. Oh, even better view here. This is sick. Boom. Hello. Gorgeous. So should get better views once we get up higher. You actually can see mtwarning now. You can just see between the trees. So this plant here is called a palm lily. Looks like a walking stick palm. This goes a bit bigger, shows a bit more of the lily looking leaves. This palm tree here, its name is a pick-a-bean palm apparently. These little steps now to get us up the side of Jerusalem. As you arrive up the steps, halfway to the mountain, you're greeted with this nice log and a very shitty partial view of the outside of the rim around Rowlands Creek. This rock face is pretty cool. How long we're going, almost in the saddle, just fairly flat-ish, and then we're going to head up the last steepest part. Should get a viewpoint before then, but alright, so our GidjuumGulganyi track comes out and meets this old ridge track. So we're going right to keep going to Jerusalem, but left keeps going and it eventually ends around the corner. I don't know if there's anything up there. Shout out in the comments if you've been any further up this track. I'm curious to know. We're not doing it today. Alright, so you come around this corner, there's logs that push you this way, and then you've got to be real careful. You'll see a fire if it's still here. There's more logs and it's pushing you to zigzag back on yourself to up these stairs. We kept going straight, not even seeing that little arrow down there, which is literally fucking barely visible. We started going on an old track that goes to nowhere, so be mindful of your turns. I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but a very shiny, glassy looking rock here. What the hell is that? Got a really dry trib starting here. So a little bit further over, you can hear this dripping is a bit more extravagant, with a little cave and stuff. How cool is that? Now that's definitely a hidden waterfall in GidjuumGulganyi. Awesome. Let's try and get a better shot of it. Obviously in higher flow, you'd hear it better. There's a fade track going along the wall here, so maybe people have heard it in summer and come over. Right now it's only barely dribbling for us in winter, but yeah. That's cool. Quite wide. If it was more condensed flow, it would look better. If it was summertime people, this would be flowing better. You can stand under it and get a little shower if you're hot. I might have said it was the start of Rowlands Creek, but I think I looked at it again. I actually think it's the start of the Wilson River. So yeah, pretty cool. Definitely think there's some waterfalls further down, but getting in there is problematic. Gidjuum Gulganyi. Gidjuum Gulganyi, I've been saying it wrong. Ah, anyway, you know. So our first spot. I even have a snack here. It looks like a good spot to have a quick break. Even though they gave us no seats. Well, there's one log there. Oh, this is grouse. Here we were scratching for photos before. I knew we'd get a better spot up here. Amazing, beautiful weather too. TV tower, phone tower of all around in Mount Neville. It's crazy. So that big rock down there, lonesome by itself, is Doughboy Mountain. It's on private property. It looks like a pretty gnarly rock climb. And Mount Nardi is the one with the TV towers. You've got Mount Matheson after that. And yeah, obviously views of warning yet again. A few clouds come in. It's very cold wind all of a sudden on this edge, but really awesome view. Can't complain. Got an ocean view out there. You can just see it. The edge without dying. I was trying to creep that edge to see if we can get a better shot of it. Pretty sure we just come up this fucking, that mountain just there on that corner. It's crazy. Look at the ocean view now, that's sick. You can see Mtwarning a bit better. Wild. Jingawala, Widjabul, Weeabul, Jugagan. Welcome to their country. Randomly in the middle of the track. Onward we go. We get a bit of a view there of Clary Hall Dam popping through onto Nthns Creek. Check out this dead stump. Wait for it. I don't know, it's still a fucking tree, it's still alive. That is crazy. There's nothing left in this trunk. Does not want to give up on life. Good for it. This part of the walk's quite nice. More palms, ferns, really beautiful. As we're cutting our altitude, a little bit more lush. Yeah, so we just crossed another little tributary of Wilson River. It's been muddy in the last few weeks because it's getting a bit firmer to play. A bit of a rocky outcrop here. So we're on the side of Mount Jerusalem now. We're pretty much near the summit. This GidjuumGulganyi track's decided it wants to go around the summit apparently. But we're going to try and find a way up there, especially with this cliff lookout. I don't know if that's exactly somehow on the other side of the summit. I'm going to figure it out. But anyway, worst case, we can get back on the summit from back up where we just were on the way back. Just somewhere up there. Alright, so we've finally joined back to the original Mount Jerusalem fire trail track, the ridge track. And we're just going down. We're going to find this cliffs lookout apparently next. And continue on and around past the view of the Doughboy again. So, see how it goes. It's quite nice here. This is flattish. We're on the pretty much the ridge, so it's going to be nice for a bit. Alright, so finally we've got a next lookout, but it says this is not it, even though that you're looking at stuff. They don't want you to fall if you're in die. It's not much of a vantage point to stand on, but looks like it's the start of Commissioner Creek, maybe a tributary. Really big cliff wall, look at that, it's crazy. Wow. I wonder if there's a huge roller point somewhere just down there with a big waterfall, but it looks pretty dry here, so probably not much water. Continue on to our viewpoint. Here's our lookout. Log train lookout. No, this is probably the cliff lookout they're calling it, which would make sense because that's the cliff we were just staring at. That's sick. Dave. Wow. Our next lookout, 500 metres up here. So right there we started following Cooper's Creek on the side, you could hear the water. So, out of breath, it was quite steep little run up the hill. And the track goes into there on top of that rock. Just wanted to show you how big it is. Down here, fucking hectic. You can see a road on the hill, which eventually this ridge track to on goes down, back down the hill there. It's crazy. Alright, so you jump up these old bits of rock. It was an old railings here once upon a time because these posts have been cut out. Pretty bloody incredible views. Fucking awesome, look at this. Wow. Go Mount Matheson, Mount Nardi. Look at the angle of Doughboy, it's fucking awesome. Beautiful valley, nice and green. The border ranges. And again, Mountwarning. Ew! Just keep it going. So down in there you can hear the water. That's Cooper's Creek, so it'll be another day's explore. You've got to sneak up through private property apparently, near the Red Road, to get access to get up here via this and do a loop back. So the Red Road was on all trails as a way to get up to Mount Jerusalem before the GidjuumGulganyi track was open. And people have bought the property and now put up signs saying don't come in, but I don't know, it's a bit of a grey area whether it's actually was access once upon a time or what the story is. It's frustrating because they've got a mad shortcut to get in here. But yeah, otherwise it's a long way back to Nthns versus starting from Falls. This stacked stone is sick, look at this. Oh my god, this is so cool. There's the green palms and this rock. That is interesting. I'm loving that. That is so good. Wow. The sandstone just come out of nothing. What the hell? Reminds me of Gardens of Stone right now, this is sick. Our track veers off the fire trail up along this ridge bit, which is nice. I'm not complaining, we want some ridge views. Well, this is the Red Road, the original access in. Alright, so this is the border of Mount Jerusalem National Park, which cuts through this guide's access, which has a beautiful road down to the bottom of this farm. And yeah, those cliff walls, we just walked around the back of Mount Jerusalem. That is sick. So good. Farmer's got an old chicken coop, and maybe it's an outhouse. It's probably a sideways dunny actually. And then a wood shed, I don't fucking know, it's miles from the house. There we go, that would have been a good rock tram up there too, look at that. These palms have fallen over. Another random lookout here, they haven't really marked very well. Look over the valley of Cooper's Creek dropping in. Look at that ocean view, that's sick. So good. Ew. Alright, so we're back at Tea Tree where we come the other week. We've now joined the gap. There's a little fire here. This view is not as good as the other one looking to the west, but the east view is definitely pretty sick. Pretty similar to the view that we saw just down below before. Happy days. Are you excited, Dino? We got here. By stuffed, he means excited. Alright, so we passed another look at that. We didn't go in because there was a few people sitting in here, so we waited. Now we come for a look ski. Look at that. Wow. The other side gives you a view to the east, and here's a view to the west. Pretty fucking awesome. Nothing we haven't seen already, but yeah, really, really good. The goal is now to head back the same way and try and get up to the actual summit of Mount Jerusalem since we bypassed it. So a massive stump in here. It's been cut on an angle and it's almost tilting, so I wonder if they cut it that way so it made it easy to fall over. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm on the track now to try and get to the summit of Jerusalem, but there's a massive tree down here. We'll try and get around it, see if it gets better. But it looks like it's turning to shit. Might go back to the main track and try to cut up at a different spot. Alright, so our track is suddenly just fucking dried right up, which is weird. Our last 350 metres to go is gonna be a bash. Fucking great. Definitely some hell fucking bush and a little bit of gully, but a little bit of a reprieve as we slowly climb the last bit of the summit. Starting to get a real rollover drop there. Holy shit, I don't know if you can tell on the camera. That just goes to nothing. There's a reason why they probably cut this track lower. A lot of people near the edge, I was thinking that. Right, so we've got a little saddle here for the last 200 metre climb to the actual summit. That was just an no-name knoll to get there. This is it. Once you get up top of this highest point, we're there. Jeez, man. Shout out to the comments if you've done this. Extracurricular activities, Jesus. Alright, I fucking made it. The geotech fucking marker. This is the summit. Mount Jerusalem. Great fucking views. Not. It's all left their own shirt. I do my own stunts. That's fucking amazing. Alright, now we've got to bash the fuck out of here. Back down to the track. Was this detour worth it? Definitely not. But you don't know if you don't go. Alright, let's push back on the track. Fucking bit of a bash, but you made it. So definitely recommendation if you're going to check out the summit, just cut in from here. That's what I was going to do originally. Don't try and, there's the ribbon to mark the way in. It's really overgrown, but this is what these are signifying. It's a really dodgy summit route. Anyway, yeah, don't go the way I went because it fucking sucked. Really neglected fucking trig track. Anyway, got a bird on out, got about fucking 10 k's to go and 2 hours of daylight if the best. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, hope you enjoy the journey. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified of all the new misadventures. And catch you guys next one, eh? Peace out. Sunset.